let's hop to it. So, as always, hopefully you have adequate space. Not going to kick anything today. We're going to drop down into all fours to start with, and we're going to do a little bit of a shoulder roll warm-up. So toes don't necessarily need to be tucked unless you want to. We're just going to work on our movement of our scapulae. All right, so we're going to work to reach that chest down, try and squeeze those shoulder blades together as tightly as we can, and we're going to push away, try to round that back. So a little bit different than cat-cow as you may be used to. I want you to focus on your shoulder blades specifically, okay? As much movement through your shoulders without bending those elbows. So reach that chest down towards the ground, try to really wing those shoulder blades up. Reach that chest down, or reach that chin down towards the ground, keep those arms straight, and push away. So think about it, in this pushing away movement, want the pits of your elbows, all right, try to face those forward. So really kind of push into the ground, a little bit of rotation there. And I want you to focus on pulling your shoulder blades apart as far as possible from one another. All right, a couple more times, reaching that chest down, squeeze those shoulder blades, those elbows are going to come back around. All right, reach everything down towards the mat and push away. All right, really squeeze. You can bring that chin to your chest. Create that nice strong upper back. And one last time, reaching down towards the ground, squeeze those shoulder blades. Remember, elbows are straight. And push away. Push those inner elbows towards the front, hands into the ground. Really push, 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 and relax. All right, we'll flip that down. Seated position. And bring those soles of our feet together in our butterfly. All right, so we're going to do kind of alternating 5-second holds. So we're going to bring those toes up, push those knees down. We're going to hold that for a few seconds. And then all we're going to do is going to take that right foot. We're going to pull that right foot up, stack that onto a fire log stretch, and reach that chest forward. All right, so really focusing on those hips and glutes here. And we'll just alternate between those two. So bringing that foot back down. Pulling into butterfly, open those hips, and bring that other leg up and over, reach that chest out. So two really good stretches on their own. We're just going to add a little bit of dynamic into them, moving back and forth. We'll do a couple times each way. Bring that foot up. If you need to stay in one a little bit longer, certainly feel free to do so. We're just looking for 5-second holds or so. That butterfly, still trying to be effective, of course, with that movement. We're reaching that chest forward. And we'll go one more time each way. Butterfly, pull those toes up, knees go down. Right foot stacking on top. Reaching that chest out. A lot of times we'll bring this chest down, but no, we're going to work to reach that chest out. Maybe a little bit deeper in the glute that way. And last butterfly stretch. Same deal, still want to reach that chest out, don't just pull down. And we'll bring that leg up and across. And reach. And relax. All right. In terms of flows, we're going to start with relatively the hardest one, and then we're going to kind of work backwards. We're going to get easier as we go. Okay? So first movement, we're going to start in our primal position. All right, so all fours on our hands, toes are tucked under. We're going to push through the ground at all 4 points, lift those knees up off the ground. All right, so those abs are nice and engaged. Okay? First thing we're going to do is load our beast. So we're going to shift those hips back. All right, think about kind of child's pose, but your knees are still up off the ground. Then we're going to lift those hips up in the air into our down dog position. All right, nothing too crazy yet. Our right foot we're going to bring up, and we're going to reach across to the left side of our body. Our hands are going to stay planted. So typically we take one hand off here, but I'm trying to get a little bit of that lower body rotation while keeping those arms stable. So we're going to reach across with that right leg. Okay? From this position, then we're going to kind of release that pressure on our left hand. And we're actually going to bring that all the way to a seated position. All right. So again, I started off perpendicular to my mat. My right leg is going to be towards the end of my mat, and left leg, right arm are perpendicular. Okay. From this position, I'm going to take that left arm. I'm going to reach for the sky in a three-point bridge. All right. And I'm going to bring that left leg over, left hand over into that front step. All right, we're going to get a little world's greatest stretch action. We'll bring that elbow to instep. All right, really reach, if you can, that shoulder towards that ground. All right. And then from this position, we're going to walk both hands towards that right. And we're going to get in kind of an extended downward dog position. All right. This is a thumbnail right here for sure. All right. And then all we're going to do is we're going to walk those hands out and crawl back into that primal position. All right. We're going to do that same thing again, same side. Okay. So we're going to shift those hips back into that loaded beast. And bring those hips up into that down dog. All right, that right foot is going to kick through, keeping those hands planted. Then we're just going to rotate that into a seated position. All right, from this position, that left hand is going to go up into that three-point bridge. I'm going to bring that left hand over, left leg kicking up into that runner's lunge, elbow to instep. And we're going to reach those hands into, reach those hands over into that extended leg down dog, sumo down dog, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to crawl that all forward into primal. All right, one more time, same side. Load that beast up to down dog. Right leg kicks through. Flip it over into that seat. Three-point bridge. Ooh. Bring that over. World's greatest. Or runner's lunge. Into that instep. Walking those hands over. And walking out into primal. Alright, and we should be back where we started. How cool is that? Alright, so we're going to do the same thing on the opposing side 3 times, starting with that left leg kicking through to the right. Alright, so primal position. Sit back, load, up into down dog. Left leg kicks through. We're going to keep those hands pointed. Why don't you hold this for just a second as we sit down. Right hand is going to reach up, three-point bridge. Alright. Bring that foot over into that front step, elbow to instep. And we're going to walk those hands over into that down dog. And walk that into primal. Alright, one more time. Load that beast. Up in the down dog. Left leg kicks through. Bring that to a seat. Three-point bridge. Stepping forward. Elbow to instep. Walk those hands out. Lift those hips, reach those arms. And walking into primal. One last time here, folks. Load that beast. Up in the down dog. Left foot kicks through. Into that seat. Three-point bridge. Coming into that front step. Elbow to instep. Walk those hands out. And walking in to primal. Alright. First one, not too bad. Feel mobilized, right? A little bit loose, like those shoulder warm-ups that we did. Those were very effective, very helpful. Alright, we're going to move on. Second flow here. It's going to start from that standing position. we're comfortable here, right? 2 feet. So first movement you may have seen before. It's going to start with a squat. Once we hit the bottom of that squat, we're going to bring those hands down, hop those feet back. I don't know if I have enough room. All right, hopping those feet back into an up dog. All right, you can go feet tucked under, or you can extend those feet either way. We're looking to decompress the spine here, so I really want you to focus on pushing those hips into the ground, pulling those shoulders down and back, really reaching that head for the sky. All right, so that's the first one, squatting down into that up dog. Okay, so from this position, we're going to reach that right hand out in front. We're going to roll onto that right side. All right, cash, just hanging out. We're going to go ahead and get a side lying quad stretch here. So the left leg's going to pull into those glutes. Should feel a nice little stretch through that left quad. All right, so from this position, we're going to roll that back down, and we're going to work to push up and front step on the same movement. All right, so we're going to get real mobile through those hips in that front step position. Okay, then all we're going to do is press into that front foot, and it's that stand. All right, simple as that. That's all it is to it. So we'll do that same side one more time. We're going to squat down, hands down, hopping back into that up dog. So remember, really work to decompress the spine. I want you to go through this one a little bit slower. I want you to hold those positions a little bit longer. This one is going to be a little bit more of a stretch than previous flows that we've done. All right. That right arm's going to reach out, roll to that right side, pull that left leg back. All right. So when we get into this position, through that right fingertips and that right foot, I want you to really work to extend through those two. Okay, the more tension we can put through that body, right, the better, more in tune we are. So once we're through with that, again, that left hand is going to come in, that right hand is going to tuck under, and we're going to try to push up into that front step all in one movement. All right, pressing into that left foot, into the stand. Okay, we're going to try 2 on the right side. So squatting down, hands go down, hopping back into that up dog. The left hand is going to reach forward. That right foot is going to pull back. Stretch that right quad. Definitely feel that one. All right, we're going to release that foot, place our hands, push up in front step, press into that foot, and stand. One more time here on that side. Squatting down, hands down, hopping back, up dog. Really stretch, reach, decompress that back. If you want to get a small couple of rotations in there, you can. Reach that left hand to the left side, pull that right foot back. I want you to really focus on getting that stretch here. Your knees should be together. Extend through those toes and that arm. All right, release that hand. Pushing up in that front step. Okay, if you need to hold here for just a second, you can. Press into that foot and stand. All right, I'm going to do a quick one, or a quick 2 rounds, back and forth, one last time, all right? So I want you to go at your own pace. Left side, right side, right side, right, left, whatever you're more comfortable with. All right, so we'll give you about a minute to go to there. I just want you to work on holding any positions that you need to hold, okay? Once you feel this out, as always, getting in tune with our body is our primary goal. So move through this at the pace that you need to. Try to work out any sticking points. And I do want you to try to alternate sides here. One side to the other. And then one more time around. And we'll finish this up here in just a minute. So don't take that return to stand for granted. I want you to really focus on that single leg strength as we go from that front step to that stand. Really focus on driving through that foot. Think about it as a single leg squat. So from that position, try to put as much weight on that to stand. Alright, last time on this other side. Holding those positions as long as we need. And stand. All right. So last few minutes here, we've got one more flow to go through. This one we're going to take nice and slowly. We're going to go back to the basics here. So really we just have 3 pieces of this movement with one piece repeating many times. So we're going to get down into the ground. Again, the emphasis of this one is going to be slow, okay? Past few weeks, we've definitely been doing a lot more combinations, just working to find different positions and moving as smoothly from one position to the other. This time I want to work on body control, okay? So we're going to start in that primal position, hands down, toes under, lift those knees up. So we're going to start with the left side kick through. So that means that right foot is going to pivot underneath and kick through. What I want the big focus to be on this kick through in this position is that top hand pulling that back. So I want you to think about like you're rowing 100 pounds with that arm and we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades as tightly as we can. Think about like you're doing a bent over row or a pull up. We're squeezing that back as strongly as we can and we're going to return back to primal. So the same hand that was just on top, which is me for my left hand, I'm going to take that hand, I'm going to thread that through to that right side. So we're going to be kind of in a 3-point base position or on your toes and your hands. All right? So you may have to shift that weight back a little bit, which is totally fine if you're not as strong in that shoulder. All right? Otherwise, we are here trying to get a little bit of stretch through that back. All right, then we're returning to that primal base. Then one more time, we're going to kick through. All right, again, squeeze that upper back. And here's where we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to drop that hip down. We're going to break that right hand down to that elbow. All right, we're going to pull those knees together. Feel like a transformer. All right, and we're going to reach that left hand forward. All right, so we're going to transition to what we call a DNS star pattern. All right, so this one's a little bit complicated. So what we're going to do is going to push through that forearm, through that down knee. All right, as we push, we're going to work to open those hips. We're going to pull that top hand back and squeeze those glutes. All right, as much tension through that backside as possible. And we'll reset. Good. Now we're just going to kind of transform back to that kick through position. All right, we're spreading those feet out or pulling that hand back up, getting onto that hand. And then we're just flipping that back into that primal. Okay, so like I said, a lot of kick throughs, but we're going to be working that same position for a little bit of time here. Okay, we'll show the whole thing going on the opposite side. So we'll go through a little bit more normal pace. So we're going to start in that base position. So left leg is going to kick through to the right side. Remember, really pull that upper back. Hold that, squeeze that upper back, strong as we can. Tight, tight, tight. And return to primal. Same top hand, we're going to reach across. We're going to try to separate those shoulder blades. And back to primal. Left leg again, kicking through. Squeeze that upper back. Drop those hips down. Break it down to the elbow. Legs come together. Arm reaches forward. All right, big reach in that top hand. All right, so we're going to pull through that top hand, open those hips, squeeze those glutes, show off that belt buckle. That glute should be fired up. All right, and return. And then we're going to reset, getting into that kick through position, all right, which I feel like Opposite side, there we go. Alright, onto that hand. And turn it in primal. Alright, we're gonna do that one more time, both sides. That was a little sloppy. Alright, so back to the original side. So right leg, kicking through, slow pull, squeeze. Back to primal. Left arm reach into the right, reach, reach, reach. And back to primal. So again, kicking through, squeeze. Drop those hips down, get into that star pattern, knees are together on that elbow. Pulling through, open those hips, squeeze those glutes. And return. Then we're going to hop this back up into that end kick through. And back to primal. Alright, going for the other side. Relax around here, squeeze that upper back. Nice and tight, break that tendon. Back to primal. We're reaching that right hand underneath. Back to primal. Kicking through once more. Dropping down into that star pattern. Pulling up. Squeeze those glutes. Push through that left elbow. Returned. And we'll break that back into our kick through position. Squeeze that back. And back to primal. And relax. Alright folks, that's going to do it for us this evening. One more time, in the chat you'll find your link to Coffee with the Coaches tomorrow at 11 a.m. Highly encourage you to join, find out about all your benefits, and maybe see one of us around there. Who knows? Otherwise, we'll be back first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. Any questions, comments, concerns, you can always bring them to us. We're always here for you, except past midnight. All right, take care. See you tomorrow.